Welcome back to my channel. So RJ Trades, if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe, like that button, and if you have any questions, do comment. Today I wanted to talk about the NIO run up. NIO literally ran up almost 15% today, and kind of a lot of people asking like when to get in, when to get out, like is it a good time, and things like that, and why you enter this kind of thing. So NIO had a news like they were upgraded by USB or someone, so they were upgraded from neutral to buy or something. Anyway, they were upgraded, so that was the news for the NIO. NIO is an electric car company based of China. You probably know already. And if you look at their market cap, it's pretty 15 billion, around 15 billion, 15 to 20. So I think it has a lot of potential. If you look at the Tesla, they're almost 300, but they compete in the EV market in China, and they have pretty good numbers. Like before, they were struggling; they had some problem with the cash, and looks like they got the cash now. But today we're gonna talk about NIO and how you trade and when to enter and things like that. So let's get it started. So okay, this is EMA. Kind of, if you look at the EMA, actually, it was a good trade. Like if you had entered around May around 3, that's a huge upside. But that's a history, so let's not look into that. This is a daily chart, right? So NIO was kind of making a wedge, kind of up. That was a resistance up, then down. It was kind of support resistance and kind of going around. Then it tried to brush it out, kind of get out, but could not. Then it was just in the very tight range, and it was kind of due for a breakout, and we got that breakout literally today. So a lot of time just stocks are in the pattern where they are ready to break out, and they need some news, and today was the upgrade news. Again, this breakout for the wedge pattern, it could be bullish or bearish. Like it today we broke out in the upside, but it could have been downside too if there was some bad news or things like that. But so that was some things I had this from long time ago. But more than that, I was kind of look at the resistance, right? So if you look at that, mm, yeah, see, look at that. So resistance for NIO was somewhere around, see, they had, this was resistance like perfectly, it lines perfectly. They tried to break on 13 July. There was a kind of 13 July, that was the top. Then again it tried to on August, 10 August, but could not, right? That was a resistance line. And even if you look at the week 2, it was 16. But look at that, today it just opened. You could have literally entered right after 1528, right? Even if you're not, then you could have entered like 1632, and it ran up to 17 something. So that was almost a dollar, 17 23 or 25, almost 30. I think today high was 1732. So almost a dollar upside, even if you waited and waited for the week. So this is all-time high. Basically, it's a kind of, this is the resistance. It just broke the resistance with the uh, good news. And the other things you should always look into is volume. Look at the volume, right? When it ran before, look at the volume. It was like small, 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 then boom, 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 right? You got a huge volume. Even in the red day, right? Red day, you had there a huge sell-off. So again, the volume means it could be like really high volume, and it can go downside, it could go down or up. But always pay attention to the volume. If you look at the volume today, I think NIO had almost yeah, NIO, look at the volume. Average volume is 79. Today they are like 223. That's a huge volume. So almost 400, yeah, almost 3 times, 300 times. And probably we are not even end of day, this is just at 2:30. So we still have an hour and a half left. So that was a really good entry point today on the NIO. So one of the things is breakout, right? Breakout all time, pretty much all the resistance. And even if you look at the all-time high 1643, you still had some juice, right? And we can look into the daily chart too. I mean, uh, like hourly maybe. See, look at that, it just popped through that resistance, like making high, 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 kind of increasing, and boom, boom, boom. And look at the volume as it just increases. That's a huge volume coming in. right? And a lot of peoples are like, okay, they are like kind of, it's going up, going up, going up, and then when do you get in, right? You probably don't want to get up when it's top, like it just like, let's say if you pick up in the morning, and if you pick up right in the time where what the it cut up the resistance, right? It seems like this was the resistance, that's fine. Even then you kind of look into, right, then you had an opportunity 16 or whatever, the week right here, around here. So it, then you have the opportunity right around here. And the thing is like, you always, and a lot of people are like, NIO is like 17 and should I buy, what should I buy, what contract. So I have made a lot of videos on how to choose the contract, I mean the options spread. But one thing is like, when you are, it's way up, let's say even 60-day, I would not enter at this point, right? Today it went a little high, but you never know, it may go down or something, right? So depending upon the news, what is the news like, is something changed, it's just the upgrade, maybe NIO will correct itself tomorrow, or maybe it may run up for a few days. But they always, what goes up always comes down. Look at the Tesla, look at the Apple, right? It went up to 515 or something, then it corrected and it went to 490. So always look for that. But and also draw your support and trend lines, right? Support, and just draw a line right here, right? So it just right here, if it goes here, it's a good buy. If it bounces up, if it go down, you gotta stop. You need to know, right? So look at that, this is perfect support resistance right here, right here, look at that. So this is acting as a support, it broke through the resistance support, and it went up, see, acted, came right back and bounces up. This could be a good buy, right? If you wanted to deep buy and kind of do intraday trade, almost like what, from 70, from 30, um, 35 cents. So there are a lot of way to trend. You can just make a trend line, and right from here, if you are doing like, you could just literally make a trend line, right? It's just bouncing off that trend line perfectly. See, this is the key area. You have a trend line also, you have a resistance also. That's a lot of, if it bounces up, you don't need to like, sometimes it may go down too, but you need to, it's going up, right? So you could literally get enter right here, and maybe when it's kind of going down, sell it. Even if you sell it, you got in here and sell it, there's few points, the 30 cents or something. So there's like hundreds way to trade, but don't FOMO. A lot of people is like, they're literally at like 17-20 and they want to enter. I would not suggest, like, I would not even, like, if you're not experienced, I would not even enter around here. You need to know, right? You can say like, oh, it just bounced off, okay, that's a support, so maybe you can enter. But you need to have a reasoning. You don't enter a trade just because you saw somebody commented or somebody liked it, right? You need to have a reason. When you enter a trade, you also need to have a plan, like when you get out, are you gonna get out when it's drops to 15, or are you gonna keep it? Is it a swing? You need to know all those things. You just buy and hope for like it's gonna go up. That it doesn't work. If you do like that, you'll probably lose money. Again, these are just my thoughts, and these are my experience from my trading experience. But yeah, that's all I wanted to kind of talk about NIO, pretty much. Again, I think they will have a pullback in my opinion, so I would not like just go all in all. I mean, they may run up for a few days, but let's see how it goes. Again, always do your price action. Look at this volume, always, right? Boom, 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 boom. It went up. This is the average 20-day line. So this is, and it literally, so in this case, it's just the last 20, but look at the volume, it just increases, right? Then you had the massive run, right? Look at that as it decreases. Look at run from here to here versus here to here, right? Even if it's not much, but here in the certain time, it's just awesome, and which you can literally see in the volume. That's why I always look at the volume, price action, support, trend line, right? You need to have all those things. You cannot just enter a trade and hope like it's gonna work in your favor. It may work sometimes, but at the end, if you do like that, I'm telling you, you'll probably lose all. And also, a lot of people ask me a question about like, how should I buy spread, like, so I always do one in the money and one out of the money. For example, if you are hoping like it's gonna keep going, I would just do maybe 16, 18, something like that. Why I do in the money? When you do in the money, you pay less in extrinsic value, so that is your cost, right? You want to make your cost less. When you sell out of the money, because you have that the time value only, right? So and by selling you making money, so you want to make more and uh, decrease your cost base. That's the best bang for the bucks. I have found it in my experience. Yeah, that's it for today, and if you have question or comment, do write it below. But that was just my short day analysis of NIO. Thanks.